Good morning, everybody. Romel Santiago here once again. So, today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, one of my favorite topics, right? One of my favorite topics is coping skills and how we actually utilize them. Most of my clients, about 6 to 9 months into the process of therapy, we have a conversation that goes very, very similar to this. You can either continue to just show up to therapy every week or 2 weeks or once a month and use that time for us to talk about all of these coping skills that you're not utilizing after therapy ends. Or we can actually utilize the coping skills between the sessions so that you can get the most out of therapy, because either way it goes, therapy is going to end. Either way it goes, therapy is going to end. What I tell all my clients is therapy has a start date and an end date. That end date is going to come regardless if you are utilizing the skills or not. What is going to happen is by the time therapy ends, you're either going to have a minimal amount of change, and this is those people that just show up to therapy and do nothing else, or you're going to see a significant change in how you navigate some of the stressors and experiences in your life. Therapy is not, I repeat, not about changing the outside world. If therapy was about changing the outside world, trust me when I say more people would want to be in therapy. But it doesn't work that way. How does therapy work? Therapy works by coming into the session, by us talking about what coping skills we're actually going to be implementing, and then the magic of therapy. Are you ready for this? The magic of therapy happens from the time therapy ends until the time therapy starts. Because that's you taking these skills out of therapy and implementing them into your daily life. In the previous videos, we've talked about nonviolent communication. We talked about the feelings thermometer, the feelings wheel, coping skills, needs list, personal bill of rights. We've talked about a lot. But how are you actually taking those steps to implement these skills in your daily life? The challenging part is utilizing and practicing these skills when shit is not hitting the fan. We oftentimes think that, oh, I don't need to use these skills because everything's fine. That's actually when we actually need to use these skills. That's actually when we need to practice these skills. That's actually when we need to take the time and think about these skills, because if we're not doing that when shit is calm, when shit hits the fan, when our brain experiences a level of stress, it does what it needs to do. It defaults into those specific coping skills and behaviors that historically have worked. If my primary coping skill is smoking a cigarette, every time I get stressed, I smoke a cigarette, well, when I'm actually practicing a new coping skill, but I'm waiting for that stress to kick in, my brain, once I hit that level of stress, my brain is not going to think about, oh, what was that coping skill that I learned in therapy? No, it's going to be like, what? I need something now. I need something now that I know works. Fuck those coping skills because I don't know if they work and I've only tried them once or twice. So our brain is actually going to default into what it knows works best. So my suggestion to you is go back and watch those videos. Implement them. Begin thinking about ways in which you can implement them. Put a feelings wheel or a feelings thermometer on your fridge. Every time you walk to the fridge, check in with yourself. I am feeling, of course, we're feeling hungry. We're probably feeling anxious. I know every time I go to the fridge, I'm feeling anxious, hungry, irritated, frustrated, stressed. But I know that. So put the feelings wheel on your fridge. Check in with yourself. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be experiencing one emotion. So I'm going to encourage you, check in and try to identify at least 3 emotions. one emotion on both sides of the wheel, feelings when our needs are being met, feelings when our needs are not being met. And then one extra emotion. I feel elated and I feel frustrated and I feel content. Great. It's okay if these feelings conflict. The most important thing is that you're actually practicing them. Put the feelings thermometer in your bathroom. Every time you go to take a poop or a pee, check in with yourself. I am at a 6 right now. I just ran 3 blocks because my bladder is about to explode. My emotional state is sky fucking high. Great. At least you're checking in with yourself. Find some fun and exciting ways to utilize those tools, because the more fun we have with the skills, the more likely it is that we're actually going to use them. The more likely we use, or the more often we use them, the more it's going to become ingrained. And when stress hits, we'll already be prepared because we have already taught our brain to try something different. So have fun with them. Go out to the bar and have a couple of drinks with your friends and talk shit about the feelings wheel. Turn it into a drinking game. Turn it into an exercise. I don't care. Turn it into a sex game. There's lots of ways to have fun with these. The most important component is you are having fun. So that being said, don't just watch these videos, but try to figure out a way to implement them in your daily life in a fun and exciting way. Otherwise, you're just wasting your fucking time. So, that being said, we do have to pause, but I hope you all have a wonderful, amazing rest of this beautiful day, and I will see you soon.